So last time we went through just literally half of the first line because it introduced this idea of the four yugs, the ancient Hindu mythological understanding of time and the condition of humanity, condition of mankind. And so we use this as an opportunity to really look at the idea of what are these four yugs, how does Gurbani refer to them, what was the historical use of these four yugs, how did people see themselves. And then we also focused on this idea of Kal Yug, and we looked at the idea that Kal Yug, the age of darkness that we are said to be in, is less of a prison and more a state of being that we cultivate ourselves, something that we create within our minds. All sadness, all depression, all suffering exists within our own minds. We can create that state, and we can also alleviate ourselves from that state. So we're on the 7th verse, and the verse began with Je Jug Chare Arja. So if one's life spanned the four ages, Je, if Jug Chare, the four ages, Arja. Arja means your lifespan. If you elongated your life to be as long as the four jugs. And we also talked about how long the four jugs are. Some of the jugs are said to be millions of years long. And so this idea of spiritual progress is what Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about here. What were the ideas of a truly spiritual person was seen as somebody who could control their breath and elongate their life for a really long time. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is addressing this idea. Je Jug Chare Arja. So the second half of that line, Je Jug Chare Arja, Hor Dasuni Hoy. Hor means more. Dasuni means Das Guni, 10 times more. Hor Dasuni Hoy. So if I was to be able to elongate my life to the length of 4 jugs and then 10 times more, so essentially 40 jugs, if I could live for that long, Je Jug Chare Arja, if I could extend my life, my Arja for 4 jugs, Hor Dasuni Hoy, 10 times even more than that. Dasuni is Das Guni, 10 times. The next line says, Nama Khanda Vich Janiye Naal Chale Sab Koi. So Nama Khanda means, Khand means regions. Nama Khanda, 9. Nama means 9 regions. Nama Khanda Vich, within the 9 regions, Janiye, that you become known. If you become known, if you become famous, the idea of these 9 regions is quite often mistranslated as continents. It's not talking about continents. It's talking about 9 specific regions around India at the time. So India and the surrounding areas were split into 9 specific regions according to the thinking at that time. It's around the Himalayas and all those kind of areas. So it's not related to continents. It's not talking about the whole planet. So if you were able to elongate your life and you were Nama Khanda Vich Janiya and you were known throughout the 9 regions, and Naal Chale Sab Koi. Naal means along with, Chale, everyone goes along with, Sab Koi, everybody goes along with you. So if you were so famous, you had such a great reputation, yeah, that in all of the lands, people know who you are, Nama Khanda Vich Janiye, and everyone accepts that you are someone worthy of following. So Nama Khanda Vich Janiye Naal Chale Sab Koi. If you were to translate that into one line, we would say, to be known in the 9 regions, and everyone goes along with you, or everyone follows you. To be famous in the 9 regions, and everyone follows you. The next line, Changa Nao Rakhai Ke. Changa Nao. If you have a good reputation, a good name behind you, if everyone speaks highly of you, Changa nao rakhai ke, if you've maintained a really good reputation, a really good name for yourself, rakhai ke, if that is what you've managed to maintain, jas kirat jagle, jag means within the world. Yeah. Now notice the spelling of jug. Jug has a sihari. So we talked about the meanings of a sihari word. Sihari words means a feminine word, or it takes a masculine word, and as soon as you put a sihari in there, it means within that word. So here jug is within the jug. So jas kirat jug means, the sihari means jagvich, within the jug, within the world. Jas kirat, jas means praise, kirat means also another form of praise. It's where we get the word kirtan from, kirat. Yeah? Jas kirat jagle. If the whole world, within the whole world, they sing your praises. So if you're able to elongate your life, if you are known throughout the 9 regions, if everyone follows you, if you have a good reputation, if everyone sings your praises. So let's think about what is it that Guruji, what's this picture that Guruji is painting here? A lot of these things in one way or another are the things that all mankind is searching for. Everyone really wants a longer life. No one wants a short life. Yeah? Everyone wants a good reputation. Everyone wants respect. Yeah? No one wants to be known as the bad guy. We all want to be known as somebody worthy, someone doing good in the world. Yeah? So, naal chale sab koi. We want everyone to agree with us. We value our opinions more than anything else, and we want everyone else to follow those opinions. It's not very easy to talk to someone who has a different opinion. Yeah? We don't get along with people like that. We say, okay, we only get along with people who agree with us, people who we have something in common with. So what are we doing? We're not judging those people. We're just holding on to our opinions and saying, if you fit within my way of thinking, then I'm going to be your friend. That's kind of how, in common, how we all work. And we all want praise from others. We really like compliments, we like adoration, we like that respect. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is actually painting this picture of all the things that mankind hopes and wants for in everyday life. But these are all temporary. Yeah? You can almost tell by the tone of it that Guruji is going to say something to quash the idea that he's presenting, the picture that he's painting. You know that he's going to say something about it. So, long life, as long as you make it, is still a temporary life. Yeah, life is never going to be forever. Good reputation, even if you maintained a good reputation, that's temporary. Yeah? Let's think about this right now. Your grandparents, let's say all of our grandparents lived about 100 years ago. About 100 years ago, your grandparents, let's say, were small children. And when they were small children, they even had parents and grandparents. Now, so let's talk about your great-grandparents or your great-great-grandparents were probably around maybe only 100, 120 years ago, not very long time ago. Now, you might know their name if you're lucky. But apart from that, most of us know nothing about those people. And yet they only lived in our family about 100 years ago. And they lived an entire life just like we are. Yeah? Had education, grew up, had opinions, had thoughts, had a respect in their community. Maybe great scholars, they may be really hard workers. They may have done really good by their families, by their friends. They may have done a lot of seva, a lot of charity work. These people who lived within our family, not even just 100 years ago, they've been reduced to nothing. because even their own family doesn't remember them. We probably don't even know their names. I barely know the names of my grandparents, let alone my great-great-grandparents. And yet within 100 years, everything of their life has been forgotten. And if we don't remember them, nobody else in the world is remembering them. So just think about how temporary your life really is. From the time that you pass away, within a space of about 100 years, you cease to exist. Unless you're someone who's been written about in the history books, everything that you hold dear to your life right now completely vanishes. Your friends, your family, everything disappears. Everything that you hold on to, everything you find dear in your life is just gone. Within 100 years or so, nobody's going to remember us. Every conversation you have, every opinion that you hold of yourself, all these big arguments, these ethical debates that you have with people about what's right and what's wrong, none of that is going to be something that's going to last forever. Certainly not going to last past your lifetime. Yeah, we have just about enough influence that we may influence the people around you. If you're lucky, you may have a chance to influence your children. Probably your children will do the opposite of everything you do. Yeah? So what are you holding on to? These are all temporary. But yet we hold on to them like they're jewelry, like they're gold and diamond, all these things, my life, my family. Yeah? My thoughts, my opinions, we hold on to them like they're so valuable. But these aren't the real jewels that Barney is talking about. These aren't the real jewels in life. Gurbani has mentioned the real jewels just a couple of lines ago. At the end of the last verse, it talks about Mat vich ratan jawahar manak. Within my own being, there are some real diamonds and jewels. Yeah? J ik gur ki sikh suni. If I listen to the teachings of spiritual masters, of this spiritual wisdom, that one truth, which we call the Guru, that divine wisdom, then I will reveal real jewels within my own being. So these aren't the real jewels. Yeah, Guruji is just kind of demonstrating them to us that this is not what should be valued in life. A good reputation, honor, respect, praise, long life. This isn't the things that we are talking about here. Changa nao rakhai ke. If you have a good name, jas kirat jagle, the whole world, within the whole world, you get praised. Je tis nadar na avai ta vaat na puchhe. If the word singular, this is singular. The word this here is singular. Je this another na ave. If that one being, that oneness, you, which is being referred to here, if we don't get the grace of you, je this another na ave. If I don't fall within your vision, the vision of that hukum, that oneness, je this another na ave. In a simple term, we may say, if God's grace isn't on that person, doesn't come, ta vaat na puchhe ke. Vaat here means baat, Hindi word for to talk about you. Yeah? To ask about you. Vaat na puchhe. Nobody's going to ask about you. Ke means koi, anyone. Yeah, nobody is going to ask about you. In the end, this is not going to count. Even if you have all of these things, in the end, this is not going to count. These aren't the things that are going to be the things that people remember about you. So, again, this idea of nadar comes. This concept of grace has really been pushed in every verse that we've seen so far. This idea that you don't achieve anything in your own life. It's the whole universe that is achieving for itself. Whether it happens to you is just part of the bigger game. but it's the universe's achievement. It's never our own achievement. So think about this idea. It's been mentioned. It can be confusing, but actually it's been mentioned in different words all throughout. One of the opening verses is all about hukam. Yeah? And then we had the word karmi aave kapda. Yeah? Vin karma ke milele. Without karam, without grace, what do we get? Karmi aave kapda, nadari moktuar. So it's all about you don't take the ownership of this achievement. If you understand this, if you understand the Mool Mantar, this is not your achievement. This is the grace of the universe. That it allows you, of all the 7 billion people sitting on the planet, the universe has allowed you a glimpse into this divine wisdom. But if you don't get this, it doesn't matter what you achieve in life. It doesn't matter if you have the longest life, the best reputation. You are nothing if you don't actually understand why you're here on this universe. If you don't understand how the universe works. If you don't understand your relationship with the universe, then what you've done within your short period of life is just been completely wasted. If you don't get that grace, then nobody will ask about you. This spiritual success is what we're talking about here, rather than worldly success, which is what Guruji is talking about here. What the Gurus have said is that this wisdom is within every single one of us. This isn't about some elitist group. We're not talking about elitist information that we have a monopoly on spiritual information. What the Guru is talking about is actually within each and every single one of us, this wisdom is already there. But you need to align yourself with the right people in life that actually just allow you to bring that out and say, you know what? Your worldly respect, your material wealth, that isn't actually that important. There's a greater purpose in life. And it's not about your purpose. It's not about you achieving something. It's not about heaven or some sort of glory in the afterlife. That's not what we're talking about. It's simply about understanding. Just sit back for a moment and look around you and look at the universe, at what the universe is doing, and say, where do I fit into this whole thing? Who am I? Am I anything important in this universe, or is actually the entire length and breadth of what's happening in the universe, it just kind of sets the scene for how do we navigate through our little lives. So it's not about elitist, it's not about holding on to information. And in fact, anyone who has this information is almost obliged. You feel out of a sense of almost gratitude to the universe. You say, look guys, have you heard about this? It's not about religion. It's not about converting. It's about simply saying, do you understand what this is?